Hello, welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So let's get started. Today is November 10th. It's a Monday, so I will write a newsletter as well. So do stay tuned for that. But let's get started. So today's insight by Sadhguru read, happiness starts with you, not with your relationships, job, or money. Reflecting on that took me back to a TED Talk by another of my guides on this journey, Dr. Sri Kumar Rao. In his TED Talk, Dr. Rao says, there is nothing that you need to get in order to be happy. Happiness is your innate nature. And that is very true as I've reflected on that. It has been my lived experiences where I can relate to the TED Talk by Dr. Rao as well as the message by Sadhguru. Coming back to Sadhguru, in the audio reflection accompanying this insight, Sadhguru goes on to say that if you are able to create that ambience of happiness and joy within, even for a day, you're able to create wonderful impact in the external world from that place. And that completely jives with my lived experiences since actually at any time in my career. And since I've embarked on this inward journey, I can see living proofs of this every day, that what I'm able to create in the external world by creating this ambience of happiness and joy within is remarkable. So now let's shift to the real wisdom artificial intelligence lens for all of this. And shifting to that, as I reflect on all the talk about AI becoming conscious and AI hallucinating, that all these AI frontier model companies are doing the research on, and I absorb all of that material. I can understand a lot of it, and I empathize with all the opinions. They're well grounded. At the same time, having started my career as an embedded software developer, kernel level developer, who would go into the deep entails of the software programs, it is reasonably clear to me that all of these are software algorithms at the end of the day, and any software algorithm misbehaves. That is why when we started the world of software, one of the most important things was quality assurance and the test function, QA. And in deterministic systems, which were the software programs before the AI era, you have a test. You write some piece of software, then you write a test to make sure it is behaving exactly as you intended it to be. However, in the world of AI, these are stochastic probabilistic models, and there is no one right answer. So the old way of testing no longer applies, and we have something called Evals now. Now we evaluate the models to probabilistically and stochastically determine if the model is working as intended. Now apply the same thing to the software of life, which is your mind. So how the human brain works has inspired the modern AI era. And that is great. If we now look at what we're applying to the artificial intelligence, to our mind, and that is the spiritual process, the inner engineering, to our mind itself. And mind is a stochastic model. It produces all kinds of results, not all aligned with your happiness and joy. So shouldn't we be applying some of these concepts of eval to our own software, our own mind? If it is creating suffering in your life, and that suffering is coming from the way your software, your mind is operating, shouldn't you have an eval mechanism and then fine tune it to produce the result that you want it to produce, which is eventually happiness and joy? That is something that we can learn from the way we are developing AI and apply that to the software of our own lives, which is our mind, our thoughts and emotions. And if we just apply that to the way our thoughts and emotions work, we get in touch with the happiness and joy, which is our innate nature, and create from that. Now, so with that, shifting to today's dose of Rashmi. Unconscious intelligence is about seeking happiness and joy externally. Wisdom is realizing that happiness is your innate nature. And you can create anything you want by getting in touch with that. And the way to do that, so start applying these concepts of eval, start evaluating your own thoughts and emotions in mind to see, is it really helping your quality of life or is it creating more suffering for you? And you'll soon realize that suffering is always a choice. You have been making that choice. And if you can step away from that and choose happiness and joy, the potential for what you can create is limitless. Thank you.